Hello everybody. I just wanted to show the introduction screen that I'm working on, and hello everybody. I gotta turn that volume down because it'll have feedback in a minute. Show the introduction. So somebody voted, I don't know who it was. I guess you could vote prior to the stream starting because I don't show anybody in here. And if I go over here to this tab, 0 viewers and 0 concurrent viewers, but I have a vote of 100%. Thank you, appreciate that. That might be actually a carryover from the poll last time, I don't know. I really don't know. So tonight I'm going to talk about Davinci Resolve, and earlier today someone sent me a link to Windows 10 Screensaver. So I think I'm going to attack that first, or talk about that first. Wow, I look way out of focus here. What's the deal? Let me see what's going on. Let me refresh this over here. Yeah, man, I'm out of focus. I wish there was someone actually watching and I could ask to see if I look out of focus to them. Oh, now I'm back. That was weird. It was kind of out of focus and looked horrible. And nothing has changed from this afternoon. So, I was told, I sent a link, I was told you could do a Windows 10 Screensaver. Well, you can, but you can't. Go into right click, personalize, you come over here to lock screen, and then you come in here to Screensaver settings. Now, it was discussed earlier today on another stream I was involved with that a lot of people don't use screensavers, and that's true. But I'm building one because I do use them, and I got to thinking about it tonight, that the primary reason behind screensavers was way back in the day, so the saying goes, when we didn't have monitors, and we had the big TV tube type things, and it would burn the image into the screen, so they came up with screensavers to prevent that from happening. I've yet to see anything being burned into my 2 monitors that I have. So anyway, to move on, you go over here, click on Set Screensavers, and this, I believe, and I haven't researched it, but I want to say this was around from Vista on through Windows 7, and I know I remember being on 7, but I also think it was on Vista. So right now I don't have a screensaver, and you can make it 3D text, and it just says Windows 10, but I think you can change that. I believe you can go in here to settings, yeah, and you can put custom text. Like if I wanted to, I could make this say KNL TC, and then that's fine, and then that's what it's going to look like. And you can change every 1 minute, every 2 minutes. 1 minute is the minimum. So if we hit apply and we minimize this, let's see what happens in a minute. I honestly don't know. I mean, it should work. I think I hit all the right buttons. If not, I'll go back and check. So, but that's not what I want. It is rotating, but I don't think you can do pictures that way. We'll test that theory in a minute. I just show someone's watching now. Thank you for joining. Right now I'm just looking at the Windows 10 screensaver options or settings, or the ability to build a screensaver. And here in about 45 seconds or so, if I set this right, then it will, I may have to hit OK. Let me hit OK and let's see what happens now. So at 11:04 my time, it should bring up that text in the middle of the screen. It should. So I'm going to go over here to my other monitor while I'm killing time, and I see that I still have a single vote. It says 5 hours ago there was a vote, and that's about when I set this up. It was about 5 hours ago. So I couldn't vote on it before the chat started, or before the stream started, but apparently somebody did, because as soon as I went live, I had a vote. So right now I'm just killing some time. I can't move anything or touch any keys on that computer because that will reset the 1 minute I have to wait. Sorry, I had to yawn. There are those that say when you yawn, it's because you need oxygen. I think when you yawn, it's because you're tired. I don't know. So, got 11:04, and I don't have any screensaver popping up. So we'll give it another 15-20 seconds to see what happens here. I may have done it wrong. It's been a long time since I've done that. Yeah, let's go ahead. So right click, personalize, lock screen, screensaver, and I'm going to put this back over here. 3D text settings, wait 1 minute, and I pressed OK. So that should have came up. I'm not sure why it didn't. And then on resume, have your display log on screen. So let's try bubbles. Mystify. I remember that. I used to use that one a lot. And then photos. You can do photos, and you can go to wherever and set it up. But it's either on a random slideshow or it's on a set slideshow, but the pictures are just popping up. They're static, and I'll show you why I don't like that. But I'm going to go try what's ribbons? Okay, let's give that a shot. So we're going to hit apply. We're going to go OK. We're going to minimize. At 11:05, we're going to wait 1 minute and some change, like 1.5 minutes or something, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it goes black and does what it's supposed to do. And then I'll show you what I've created to take that place. And I'll show you the inspiration behind what I've created, and that'll lead us into the Davinci Resolve. Try not to touch anything or bump anything or make the mouse move or anything. That way it's got a... That was a quick minute, so we'll give it another minute. Should have started a timer. It's not that technically important to me. Although it would be interesting to know why it's not working, if it's not going to work, because it looked like it was just apply OK, which I hit apply and OK. So we'll see. It is a little late. That's why I don't think a lot of people can join me. I was asked earlier today what time this would be, but a lot of people that were in that chat are on the East Coast. Some of them are overseas, and there's a time difference. In fact, one guy told me as much as he'd like to be here, it's past midnight there. And that's not working, because now that's another whole minute. So I'm gonna try something here. I don't think this will make a difference, but I'm just gonna make this a off-color blue. That works. So you go into the lock screen, show lock screen background picture on the sign-in screen. I'm gonna turn that off. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go in here and check that. Screensaver, ribbons, settings. The screensaver has no options that you can set. Oh, that's good to know. I don't need to change my power management unless... Maybe I do need to change my power manager, because... No, that would have nothing to do. Well, turn the display off. I've got it set to never. I don't think that has anything to do with it. It might. I'm going to have to look into that. So, I got ribbons. I got 1 minute. The preview of that, it should look like that. So after I hit OK, in 1 minute, that should work. Hit any key. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to close this time, as opposed to minimizing it, and see if that makes a difference. It's 11:08. I will kill 2 minutes, giving it plenty of time to start, and see if that's going to work. The preview works, so hopefully it will work. So this machine I built back in July. It's a Prime Z490-P board, I believe is what it is. I've got an i7 10th generation processor on it with onboard graphics. I don't have a graphics card yet, can't afford one. I started out with 32 gigabyte of RAM, and I immediately doubled that to 64 because I was not understanding of how things worked, and I thought if I doubled my RAM it would help me out. And it was on sale. I mean, I didn't get it practically free, but I got it practically free, so it was a good investment. Now 11:09, 1 minute's gone by. We'll give it another minute. We'll wait till the clock strikes 11:10, and that way I know I've covered a minute. And I'm not going to lose any sleep if this doesn't work, because I don't plan on using it anyway. It'd just be nice if it did. Okay, so there's 11:10 and it's not working. So I'm going to right click. We're going to go into personalize. Going to go into lock screen. And we're going to change this to none. And we're going to hit apply. And we're going to hit OK. Okay, so I'll look into that further. I pretty much followed the instructions on the website I was sent earlier, or the link that I was sent to take me to the website. And it didn't work. Now I do want to see something in here. A Windows Spotlight. Now, is that supposed to change the pictures? The pictures is my picture. Oh, cool. Oh, now that's a singular picture. Okay, I'll look into that later. Not a big deal. So this is what I have developed. Well, first of all, let's do this. Let's go into, actually, you know what? I still don't have any viewers, that's fine. I'm going to not go into this one. I'm going to go into this incognito mode. And I am signed in, but I still have I'm going to refresh this, and maybe that ad will go away. Nope. Now, if I go over here to regular Google, and I go into YouTube, I do not have any ads. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to have to look into this. That looks pretty interesting. So, and I watch these things, and then I try to apply it to what I want, for what I'm trying to do, which I guess that would make sense. So here's how this all got started. So if I look at my history and I type in the word Apple, I think it's Apple floating. That's going to just show me, right, that just shows an apple floating. That's not what I want. So I'm going to go back to history, and then I'm going to scroll down through here. This is the boring part. I know it's in here, but I can never remember how it's worded, so I can never bring it up in history. Should be able to type in the word Apple and find it in my history, but it has never worked for me, and I always end up doing this, but I always try it. You do see some music videos scattered here and there. I do put it on when I'm working on my other monitor and listen to it. See a lot of things for the Amazon Fire Stick. We're contemplating going to the Amazon Fire Stick. Currently have DirecTV, and we can save a massive amount of money by doing that. I've just got to be able to record, or DVR, however you want to label it, my wife's shows from the Philippines, and I haven't yet to figure out how to do that, although I've been pointed in the direction of a capture card, and I'm kind of looking into that as well. I can't believe, I don't think I deleted them. I may have actually deleted that. I'll go back a little bit further. I'm back to August 7th, so I probably did delete it. Okay, no worries. Let's go to my home, and I'm going to type in here Apple floating Screensaver. See if that gets me what I'm looking for. This kind of looks like it, but it's not called Apple TV Giraffe. It's Apple TV, so that's not it. That's not it. Wow. I'm really drawing nothing here, although I do like that. There we go. No, that's the TV screensaver. Now, that's close enough.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly.
Don't need that. Hopefully I can skip the ads. I can. This is similar to what it was, and this was on Live Windows Training by Doug Betts, and I liked it, and I'm going to let it run a second because, yeah, here about right in here, maybe in here, it should, maybe not. They should dissolve and reappear. But I really like this when I first saw it because you've got multiple pictures and they're moving vertically, and then on the one I'm trying to find, they will actually break apart and dissolve and spin at the same. There we go, just like that. Okay, and there's a feature in there where they'll do the same exact thing that it just did, except they dissolve and then they come back. So I like that. That was pretty cool. So that was my inspiration to get to, and I'm going to have to do something real quick. I'm going to go over here and put my scene 2 on while I start this, because if I don't, I got to mute it because I'll get a copyright violation. So let me get it going. Okay, it's muted, and then I'll bring it back to the beginning, and hopefully not too much got through there. And as soon as it gets caught up, wow, that's way behind, man, my goodness, that is terrible. Must be a lot of people on the internet tonight. And I don't know if anything snuck through or not because I have the volume muted over there, because there's usually a horrible back whistle of the background feed, the whatever you call it. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. Actually, I want to make one more quick change. I'm going to turn the camera off. And then when that catches up, I will start it. And if you've heard the thing from Charlie Brown, that's what the music is. Just picture that in your mind. And I don't trust the copyright-free sites because I was actually using copyright-free things, and I still got a copyright violation. So I try to stay away from that. So here we go. This will come right back, and now you'll notice you'll get to see everything. So I'm going to start this, and it is 1.5 minutes long right now. So this is my screensaver with music that I can't play because of the copyright violation. Hope you like it. Let me change that. Where's, oh, I didn't render it. That's why. So that is it. Now you'll notice I started to say something a while ago because I made changes to this earlier, but I forgot to render it out to show the changes, and I'll stop it when it gets to where I know there are changes that are made, because it was actually pretty simple changes that I made on here. And then one of them's coming up right here. So I made a change here that I actually got this more circular as opposed to oval, and I moved it up a little bit, but I still need to redo it because I want to center the baby's pictures more in the circle than what it is. That was one change. And then another change I made was, I believe, my wife really likes this effect, and I'm still thinking about taking the racetrack cameo thing there out. I like the effect. I like the fact it takes two pictures and it warps it into, makes it look like he's going from a real sad face to a real, excited face or whatever. And then I got to work on that because they disappear and then they come back and then it goes out again. So I got to work on that. And then this is the last one that I added from a different project I was working on, and I really like this. And then here, from right here, the music starts fading out and then it ends. So that is that. That is my screensaver that I've created, and I really do like it. I know most people don't use screensavers. It's not necessarily going to be a screensaver so much as it's going to be the electronic photo frame or whatever. It's just going to be on my TV monitors. And I've run it on both monitors and it looks pretty cool. So I'm going to take a second to get a drink, coffee. I'm going to put the world back on. This is I go to this when I'm going to go check something out and I don't want everybody to see what I'm checking out. And primarily it's usually just my mail, my Gmail, to see if I've gotten anything. And I do have 3 emails. I just got a notification for Windows 11. Uh-oh, this message seems dangerous. Wow. Wow. I'm going to go ahead and show this. I don't know how to block out what that. I'll live with the consequences. I'm going to take this risk. So we're going to go back into this scene. As soon as it pops up on the screen, I'll mute it. I'll minimize it. Can't believe the delay tonight, and it could be that I haven't refreshed everything, which that shouldn't have anything to do with how the internet functions whatsoever. That is horrible. I've heard rumors of up to 90 seconds, and I'm beginning to believe it. I really am. Of course, I may be being throttled too. Okay, so I got an email, and this guy and I email all the time. I have never seen this pop up until tonight. And I'm actually going to answer this email on my phone if it ever switches over here. Why is this not switching? Is there seriously a 90-second delay tonight? Yeah, apparently there is. So I'm gonna answer an email with the picture, and then I'll figure out what it is going on. So excuse me for 1 second. And I am done. I apologize. I just wanted to show that. I'm gonna think it has something to do with the wording of. It's kind of an inside joke between us. Can Mrs. Ken come out and to play? Now I don't know. I've gotten hundreds of emails, and everything's legit. I've never seen, unless there's something under here, and I'm going to go ahead and hit that. Nope, I can't hit that. I have a choice of reporting is dangerous and look safe. So I'm going to keep this email. It might take me forever to come back and find it. YouTube just shows that I'm live, no big deal there. And then this is just the Windows 11 nonsense. So we will wait and see what goes. So I should, in fact, I'm going to start a timer, and I'm going to time this because this is terrible. I'm going to wait until it changes over here on my monitor. I have a monitor. My thumbnail for the channel is the setup that I have. I've got my big monitor to my left. I can pretty much glance and see chat, and I've got my main monitor in front of me here. Okay, so that's caught up. Of course, obviously my picture's not showing up here, so I'm going to actually go back over here. I'm going to fire up the scene 2, and I'm going to hit the start button because it's immediate in front of me, and then I'm going to literally watch the screen over there and see how long it takes before this shows up. If it's 90 seconds, I'm going to be just amazed. Right now we're at 25 seconds. 28.23 seconds. Seems like an eternity. At least it's not 90 seconds. But that's just... I've literally sat here sometimes when I stream, like early in the morning, I push the button to change this, and it's instantaneous. So again, I'm going to hit the button. I'm going to change it back to here. I'm going to hit start. See if it's about the same thing going backwards. It should be. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I don't know why it'd be slower going one way as opposed to the other. Hopefully I've got enough light. I still have not adjusted my lights for night streaming. Daytime it's fine. I got 2 windows right in front of me, and I really have to adjust the blinds. So we're up to 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28.82. So that's pretty consistent. 28 seconds right now. But that's just slow as molasses, in my opinion. So let's go to Davinci Resolve. I may lose the cameras. Every now and then it does affect the camera. And I'll let it catch up. Although I could, I know, are you alright? So, let's go to... If there starts to become a feedback or a whistling, then I will mute the sound over there. I just wanted to see. So Davinci Resolve, you can see is starting up. Davinci Resolve 17. In the notes, down here. Let me see. In the notes right here, it's got the. How do I show that?
If there starts to become a feedback or a whistling, then I will
Just want to
see.
So Davinci Resolve. So I'm gonna mute that. I don't need that running. So down here in the notes is where you get Davinci Resolve, and then I use OBS to do my streaming. So I've already touched on the Windows 10 Screensaver. That didn't work like it should. Getting ready to just start with Davinci Resolve, and I've showed you what I've accomplished with Davinci Resolve so far to date. So if you're interested in it, when you click on this, it'll bring up that. And then you click on download now. And then whatever your operating system is, free version, paid version. I use the free version. So that's good to go. Same thing with OBS. When you click on the link, it's going to take you there. You click on what your operating system is. I'm not going to download it because, well, I guess I am going to download it because I've done this before. And you just install it. So I use OBS. That's what I started out with. I've tried XSplit. I wasn't comfortable with it. I put some effort into learning it, but not a lot. I've got OBS down where I'm comfortable with it, so I'm good to go. And let me take care of some housekeeping while I'm here, because if I don't, it'll never get done. I don't need OBS again, so I'm going to delete it. I probably don't need live Windows setup either anymore. That was from this afternoon. I don't need it. Okay, so let's get into this. So I need to get rid of some of these because I just render everything, and I will render whatever I do tonight. So I'm going to go to Untitled Project. Should be blank, and it is. So this is what I understand about this. This is a cut screen. This is an edit screen. They are both the exact same thing, except one you can cut in, and I do hear a little bit of feedback. So I'm going to mute that, and it'll be good. I don't really need to hear my voice anyway. So you have, at the bottom, you have your tabs. This is your media pool, I guess. I really don't know what this one is. Yeah, media. Your cut tab, your edit tab, your fusion tab, your color tab, your Fairlight, which is audio, and then your delivers probably the exporting. I don't know. I only use the edit and the fusion. So in edit, you come up here to the top and you have your media pool. You have your effects library where you get your effects from. You have your sound, you have your edit index. I've never used it. And you have your sound library. I've never used it. Although you can download Davinci Resolve's free sound library. Let's give it a shot. Let's learn something today. Maybe. Hopefully. So I'm going to go ahead and hit download. And I want to keep using Google Chrome, although I've got other ones on here. I'm just going to use Google Chrome, so I'm going to hit OK. And then, oh, I've got to re-register. So I had to register to get Davinci Resolve, and now I have to re-register. It took me, I was using Vegas Pro, Sony Vegas Pro 17 for the longest time, and I got pointed in this direction for Davinci Resolve, which I'm glad I did, and I thank the individual that did that for me. But for the longest time I was on the fence about it because I'm just not real comfortable with doing this registering nonsense. But I'm going to go ahead and do it, and it's going to, since it's already done, it should fill in the blanks for me except for my phone. And I guess you got to have it, it's got the asterisks. So I'm just going to put in here personal, so I don't want to get too awfully informative with it. So I'm just going to put my name, how do I use it, I don't know, that may or may not be needed. And then I clearly don't need my address in there for them to add it. So first name, last name, there is no company, it's not required. My email, my phone, the country, the city, and the state I live in. We're going to get out of that. We're going to hit next. I guess you got to read all this because it doesn't say anything yet. Can't click it yet. So here we go with speed reading. Whoop, done. But apparently you can't do that because it's still not letting me do that. So Blackwatch, good to see you. I voted 45,000 times, so your box is now stuffed. Awesome. And apparently you voted 45,000 times for the changing or the adding of animation to the photos. So looks like the survey says, now I sound like Richard Dawson. Not even close. Alright, let's get this dumb thing to work here. So we're going to scroll through here and see if there's anything I have to check. And usually you can zip right through these at warp lightning speed, but you can't here. There we go. So now I'm going to register and download the free sound library. If the download does not automatically start, Blackwatch, how is the audio, please? Audio check. Gosh, here we go. I am so turning into you-know-who. Oh my goodness. Good thing I don't wear a watch. It's coffee time. 45 seconds remaining. So I barely got started on time tonight. Now I set it for 11 thinking scheduled to be off at 10, probably be out about 10:30. Well, it was 10:40 when she walked out the door. And I walked in, warmed up my coffee, and didn't even watch Jeopardy tonight. I always watch Jeopardy when we get home. It's kind of a ritual that we do. So I'm gonna have to see if Matt Amodio won tonight. He should have won over $900,000. Yeah, I am. So, all right, good. Audio's good. So, I was kind of thinking maybe there might be someone from overseas jump in tonight, or maybe someone from the East Coast jump in, or maybe BH Ringer. I mean, I do know it's midnight everywhere where everybody's at. So, all right, this looks like that's done. I'm going to go ahead and show it in the folder. Again, I am so... Oh, it's a zip file. I don't want that to be... I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to minimize that. I don't want that to be... I'm going to bring it out here. Close that. If I extract it here, it's going to put it in... Okay, good. Yeah, it's going to put it in its folder. That's good. Which it did. It popped up right there. And it opens it up. Good deal. So we're going to close. Well, we're going to open it. See what it's all about. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I'm probably going to put it in documents. I had a friend of mine that after he downloaded everything, he threw it into documents. I don't need it necessarily. So please specify the directory. I'm going to guess that's where it went. That's where it said it did. So we're going to hit next. And we're going to accept the license, and then setup is now ready to begin. So I guess it didn't set it up, and it put it on the computer, installed it on the computer, but it didn't install it for applicational use or applicable use. Blackwatch, I need you to watch the time for me. 20 minutes or so, let me know. And clearly by quarter after the hour, shoot me an email or something, because like I said earlier, I got to be up early and go down to Effingham and get the oil changed in the car. So, and we're down the little idiot gauge says 5%, so I better get it done. I usually do it at about 15, but I've been putting it off. Okay, click exit. There we go. So we don't need that running. So I'll bet you I have to restart this. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I don't have anything going on anyway. I'm going to send this to Documents just to get it off the desktop. Maybe, maybe not. Documents. Yep, right there it is. It's zipped. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Should be no harm, no foul there. It's gone. Going to restart Davinci Resolve. And we're going to restart the Untitled project. We want the clear canvas. We're going to go in here to, that is not, yeah it is, that's render settings. So that's what I thought that was. But I want to go back to here. And there is Fairlight and test the tones. I'd have to turn the volume up to do that. I don't see anything about getting files though, or getting sounds, which I thought I would be able to do that. We have automation. So this is something I'll have to do on my. Okay, so let's go to the sound library. There's nothing there. And, okay, that's not exactly what I thought it was going to be, but that's cool. I will be watching videos on that. So, back to where we need to be. I always start in the, if it's not there, I make sure it goes to the edit page, and then you want to go to the media pool. Now, I recommend, and this was recommended to me again because I had done it, my desktop was getting cluttered, so I took it off. But I recommend, and I don't know, no, you can't. I wished I could figure out how you zoom the desktop, but I don't know how to do that. But I have a folder right here called Davinci Data, which is, right now only got 4 things in it. And then I have one down here called Screensaver Data, which has 267 pictures in it. I would recommend, whatever your project's going to be, you come in here, create a folder, and name it whatever you're going to do. So I'm going to call this Davinci Teaching. Okay? And then I'm going to go find me some folders. So I'm going to put this down here out of the way for the moment. We're going to come over here. We're going to go to my huge drive. And unfortunately, 99% of the pictures I have are my grandchildren. So we're going to try something different tonight. We're going to go into users, we're going to go into my name, pictures, and we're going to see if we can find, okay, we'll use this one. These are pictures I took at the Vegas airport when I lived in Las Vegas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bunch of pictures. So I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to grab that one, and I'm going to grab that one, I'm going to grab that one, with this one, and this one, this one. I like that one, I like that one. What have I got? 9. I'm going to get one more picture somewhere. Keep it an even 10 pictures. Let's just go with that one. That's 10 pictures. Nothing else is catching my attention. More pictures of the doggone cars than I do of the doggone planes. Okay, so I'm going to go with those 10. So we'll go back up here and find them. There we go. So I got them marked. I'm going to left click and drag it into my folder I just created. Bring my folder up, and 2, 4, 6, 8, there they are. And close the folder, we're going to close our source. The reason you want to do that is now you know where they're at. More importantly, Davinci Resolve knows where they're at. Okay? If I were to move this after I create my video, then Davinci Resolve will not find it. So, I don't know if I can do this or not. I don't think I can drag this whole thing in here. Well, apparently I can. And apparently, okay, that's interesting. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I know there's 10 pictures in there. I did not know you could do that until just now. So I'm going to try to get rid of these. And then I'm going to try to open this up. I'm going to Control All, or Control A, Control C, minimize. I'm going to go in here, and you can import, but I'm going to try Control V. Nope, can't do it. So the way I've been doing it, import media, then you go find where you want to import it from. So this is on my desktop, and this is called Davinci Teaching. There they are. So now I'm going to do a Control A, and I'm going to hit Open. Or I did discover the other day I can 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 11. Oh no, this is the preview of the thing. So now I'm going to grab these and I'm going to drag them over here. Shows there's 10. And there's 10, but it's only 8. I don't understand that, but I'm not going to sit here and dwell on it, lose any sleep over it. So if I hit open, it'll duplicate them, which it did. So I'm going to go ahead, and if I hit delete, it should be back to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beats me, but it's good. I'm good. I'm going to adjust this a little bit. If I click on this, this is a preview window right here. You should be able to click on it. I can zoom in here if you want, or I can cut this short and zoom for about a half hour, 40 minutes if you want. I'll leave that entirely up to you. I was kind of hoping Darren would show up because he's learning this. I'm kind of wanting to give him some of the information that I've learned, maybe pass it along. But that's your call. I'll keep looking at chat. Hey, did you see that? Did you see? Did you see on your latest email that it says Black Magic Fairlight Sound Library? I'll have to look at that in a minute. But did you see on your latest email? Oh, now the warning's gone. That's crazy. I sent you the picture. Now it's got the big X here, but open detailed view. Nope, that's not what I want. I don't understand that. It says this message seems dangerous. Crazy. Very crazy. But now, oh, you know what? I know why. Because I got to go here. Sorry, I'm still learning Gmail. I've never gotten this from you before. This message seems dangerous. I think it's because of how this was worded right here. Can Mrs. Ken come out to play? I honestly do think that. I don't know. I'll get with the powers of being figured out. So back to Davinci. Yeah, he may work too. I don't know much about Darren. He may work. He's probably not like us old people that are retired and not able to work or whatever. But he said he just downloaded a couple days ago, so I kind of just wanted to do this to get him started. And the way my luck goes, he'll contact me in a day or two and goes, hey, join me, this is what I know, and he'll be put me in his rear view. So once you get your media that you want to work with, then you just drag it down here to the timeline, and you can left click, drag it, and it goes right there, and then it does show up in the viewer. Now the viewer, I got to remember how to, you can change it to where it's a split screen viewer or it's the full screen viewer. So I'm going to grab that one and then this one. And when you move the playhead over, it will show you what that is. And I'm going to grab, you know what, I'm doing this wrong. So I'm going to mark these. I think I can do this. And then I'm going to drag them down here, and it should put them all in there. I think it should have put them all in there. I thought. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Apparently not. Oh, that's the timeline. Okay, so let's try that again. So let's go this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, so I got 3 marked. I'm going to try to drag these. Yeah, see, now I did. I know what I was doing wrong. I was trying to drag the timeline into the timeline. So now I got that picture, which is, this is the strip, Mandalay Bay. This is a plane coming in. I needed to zoom in so bad, and then if I click there, nothing happens. But I bring the playhead over here, bring the playhead over here. I think this one, if I could expand it, no, I have another one where I actually got it touching when it touches down, and you can actually see the plume of smoke. It was really cool. So this gives us enough to work with. I'm going to go ahead and bring this back down to there. And then, like every other computer application in the world, I can highlight all these, and then I can move them all at one time. I mean, that's just, in my opinion, computing 101. So now we get into the heart of what we want to do. So the first thing we want to do is, if we play this, it's just going to be boring, static pictures. They don't move, they don't animate, they don't do anything. And I forgot to change my frames per second to 30, so it's now just showing in 24, but that's cool. It's educational. It's not for real yet anyway. So that's that. Just static. You're just static. So if you want to add an effect, you go to the effects library. Now this should have went away. I don't understand why it didn't go away. Okay, there we go. I closed it. But I need to, oh, I know it. Duh! There we go. I need to get into effects and learn some things. I really do. The basic one is titles. You have lower left third title, middle third, right third. You can. This is how I made the scrolling title. It's a scroll, and if you move it in the box, it shows you what it does. Then the plain old text, basic text, and then text plus is what's used in Fusion. And we're not going to get into that tonight at all. But I'm going to bring the scrolling box down. We're going to put it right here. Now you'll notice I can go up and add a video track, or I can put it there, but I can't go down because that's audio. And then it'll eventually say, hey, he's trying to add another one. We're going to add it. Oh, we're not going to add it. So we're going to go back and grab it. We're going to add it right here. And there it is. And just like I was showing earlier, when I can work with this right now because it's right here. What do you want to zoom in here or zoom elsewhere? So your scrolling title, this is going to be called Vegas International Airport photos. And then I'm going to bring the playhead over so I can see it. Oh, that's good. I like how that looks. Now we're going to change the color. We're going to go to this blue, right? Kind of like that color blue. You can also change it right here. You can highlight that. The only one I know is 39, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hit OK, and that changes the color to that. You can change the orientation of the alignment if you want, but this is good. I like it. Then we're going to add a drop shadow in a minute, which right now the drop shadow color is black, so it's not showing up. So if we change the drop shadow color and we make it this putrid green, or let's make it this light orange. Okay, so it didn't show up for some reason. That's because I think I have to enable it. I'm going to change my background color to white. I'm going to change my outline color to the same color as my drop shadow, which is A2845F. So we're going to go in here and we're going to change this to A4528F. Nope. How about A2845F? Close enough. Hit OK. Now there's got to be a doggone box in here for me to check that I'm not seeing. It's called Enable the Drop Shadow. I'm going to change the opacity. That's not changing it. We're going to change the blur. That's not changing it. So, man, it never fails when I try to teach something. It never works. So we're going to change the outline. That's not working. So the cool thing is, all these changes you make, you can unchange them right here. But I really want to find why this is not changing. You can change, just again, you can change the font, and I'm going to go with, just type in the word C. That's cool. You can change the size right here by sliding it super big, or you can make it whatever. But again, let's say, oh gosh, I really don't want that. Well, you just come up here and hit that button, the rewind button or whatever you want to call it, and it puts it right back to where you were at. Can't change that. Should be able to, but you can't. And I don't know why my box isn't showing up to let me change that, because I know you can do it. I know you can add shadowing, and I know you can I know you can do that. It's not in settings. Watch, it'll be in settings, because I said it's not. Well, nothing looks familiar there. So go back to here. There's no audio. There's no... Most generally, there's a little button right here. It says Enable Drop Shadow. And it has usually to do with the... Oh, I know why I can't see that. So I'm going to change the opacity here. Nope, I should have been able to see that. Nope. So again, I can change it back to 0. Well, I'm starting to get frustrated. All I did was grab the box here and I changed it to where I could see more of what's going on. I don't need to really see a lot down here just yet. I can change that if I want to see it to right there. There's not going to be any audio, so that's fine. There should be, and I don't understand why I'm not seeing that. Usually it has to do with the opacity. Okay, I've done something, so I'm gonna Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. That's not bringing it back. Doggone it, what did I do wrong? Size we touched on, the color we touched on, the drop shadow. That's something new. I'm gonna try something here. Nope. Well, Darren, I'm not showing you much right now other than how to add text. I wished I could remember how to add in the shadowing, and I know that you can. So I'm going to try something here. I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to copy that to here. I'm going to go over to here. I'm not even going to move the title or the playhead. I'm going to. That's wanting to paste the setting. I want to paste that. So now I'm going to move this, and there it is. Now, because it's text plus, I'm going to see. Right. Okay. So now we have text, layout, transform, shading. Whereas over here, well, we have the same daggone thing. Oh no. See this red box? This still pertains to that. I need to go over here. That's the difference. Okay, makes sense now. So you'll notice here it's just text, and it's just basic text. So I'm going to keep that highlighted. I'm going to hit the backspace key, and that goes away. I'm going to drag this box over to here, just because I'm lazy. Now we can make the shadowing. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the color. We're going to go in, we're going to do 39, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, you can only do 4. Going to hit OK. I like that coloring. I like where it's positioned. I like the size. Now we're going to come down here and we're going to do the shadowing by clicking on shadowing here. And the shadowing always defaults to your color, and I don't know why. I'm going to change it to this. You can see now it's open. I'm going to go solid. I don't know what this one does. That's crazy. And that's crazier too. So I will work with this right here for right now. Blackwatch, are you still with me? Now we're going to now go into, we're going to go back to text. And I want to change the background. That's not it. Is in shading. Where's it at? Nope. Doggone it. Okay, so right here, shading is enabled. But I should be able to change the background. I'll figure that out in a minute. So these have presets. I'm going to disable it. I'm going to go to number 4. And you can sort it by its priority or the depth, and it's called blue. That's a bad one. Let's go to number 8. That's didn't change. So that's called element 8. We're going to hit enable. And we're going to go find opacity, and we're going to change the opacity. And that should have done something. I'm really getting frustrated because I get this figured out and it still don't work. So now we're going to change the color to something that'll stand out that we'll notice. We'll just go with this putrid yellow. And change the opacity again. Crazy. Enable it. There we go. So that's not what I want. That's got shading, of course. That's cool. Then you can change the gradient right here with the slide bar. And you can put an image behind it. And let's just go with solid. But then when you change it to that, that should, I know you can make it to where you can adjust this and the letters. Oh, it's past midnight. I know you can go in here and adjust it to where you get a 3D effect. And I know you can do that in regular text too, because I've done it. I know that can be done. Now if you wanted to add, so I'm going to move this one up. If I wanted to see this somewhere in the screen with the effects, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to search and I'm going to add DVE. Got to bring this back over. And I'm going to put it on the picture, and that picture should have appeared. There it is. This is what I used to do the screensaver. Now that looks horrible, so I'm going to make some adjustments. I'm going to go into the picture. I'm going to go into effects. I'm going to change the X position by moving it right to the center. And I'm going to do the Y position. I'm going to move it down here to the bottom. Now the gray border is right here. And you can change the width by sliding it. You can change the height by sliding it. Or you can do it manually. Let's say I want 850. And I want this to be 850 as well. You can do that. You can change the color of the border. If I don't want to see the border, I change it to black, and you no longer see the border. I kind of like that myself until you start adding pictures behind it. And then you get into your settings of the Z position is, if I remember right, affects the overall picture. I can make that thing as big or as little as I want. That's pretty cool there. The X-axis is this axis right here. And again, you don't have to worry about it. If you do something and you don't like it, you can click on the little dot and it puts it back to 0. The Y-axis is like this. So I really literally could take this picture, turn it at that angle, move it over here. Now we're probably going to watch me screw up. Not that that's not ever not happened in the past. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy this picture, which is right here. I'm going to come over here, put the playhead over here. I'm going to post it right there, and I want to see what it looks like. Okay, good. It's just, I believe it's just the picture. I believe. Now the reason I've done that is because I want to make sure. Well, that kind of took away the DVE, but that's fine Because now I'm going to take the same picture and I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to bring the DVE down. I'm going to put it on this picture, which it already has a DVE because it won't take it twice. And there it is. There it is. It shows up. So now we're still in effects. I never got out of that. So I'm going to move this picture and I'm just going to bring it straight down. So I'm going to go to the... Oh, it's already affected. Oh, I'm going to go back to video. No, it's in effects. Okay, gotta think. Okay, so I want to cancel that. I know what I want to do, and I will get done what I want to do. If I hit the space bar, this is going to play. It's a static picture, so that it's pretty boring. And we're into there. I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to go back to this picture. I think it was the y-axis I was working on. I really want it more at an angle. So this is, I'm going to go back to the media pool and I'm going to try to figure out what picture that is. Right click, and I can't do the properties. So thank goodness it's only a single picture. I can, these are these three. This is a picture of a plane landing, so that's going to be this one. Doesn't look like it, does it? Not that one. Not that one. It's not. It's got to be this one right here. That's got to be the same as this picture right here. It's got to be. So I'm going to bring it back down here. Now I'm going to go ahead and just put it over the top of this one. Now it takes and covers the whole picture, which it should. I'm going to go back into Effects, Library. I'm going to close the media. DVE is still up and running. So I'm going to bring it over here and I'm going to apply it to this picture. It's going to throw it in that corner. So it looks to me that that is the same picture, I'm guessing. So we need to get it looking the same. So we're going to go into Effects, and I'm going to guess maybe the Z picture is not the reason why. I mean, I know it's the same picture, but this it just looks different. So we're going to put it back to normal, but that's too big. So we're going to reduce it a little bit. Now what I could do is go in here and look at these parameters and make it exactly the same. But for right now, that's good. I'm happy with it where it's at. I'm going to bring it straight down by coming into here, and we're going to bring it right here. We're going to go into the border. I'm not necessarily going to adjust the border. I'm just going to get rid of the border by making it a black border. So I'm going to come into this picture, and I'm going to look at my numbers and figure out what's got to be what. Z position is 173. I'm going to come back into this picture and I'm going to make my Z picture 173. Apply that. Wow, that doesn't look anything like being the same at all. We're going to bring it down some more. We are going to go into the border. We're going to bring the border in. Okay, so we're going to go back to this one. The border is 0.85. We're going to go back to this one. We're going to make the border 0.85. Enter. And then we're going to make this one 0.85. Enter. And man, they do not look to be the same at all. But according to the numbers... So we're going to go back to the rotation and change it to 62.2 right here, 62.2. Wow, that's a little off, but that's fine because what I want to do now is I actually want to bring it just the opposite. I'm trying to create an effect to where it's the same plane, but man, that looks just so much different. This is where I could use two different pictures, and I have them to do that. So 302, go back to this one. 302.22.173. So 302 122 173. That looks like that might have the size down now. Let me see. I could do that too. I could rotate it around. Okay, so now I'm going to come down here to my border. And all I'm doing right now is I'm marrying up picture to picture, and I'll worry about the adjustments in a second. And it looks like I've got something. Because I see a little bit of blue up here, but those are close enough. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the top picture, which is where I'm at, and I'm literally just going to move it back over here. Wow, can't do that because now I've changed the perspective, but that's fine. I'm going to take the Z, and I'm not going to make it go upside down, that's for sure. So we're going to put it back to 0. We're going to take the Z. You can see why this takes me a long time to do this, is because I'm still learning it. That's cool. How did it change that a while ago? Nope, that's not the one I want. There we go. So if I adjust it back to where it looks like this, that could be an effect I want. Planes going out, same planes going that way. And then we can actually go down here and we can take another picture and we can bring it on top, and you're just layering, L-A-Y-E-R-I-N-G. I can't talk tonight. And you can take your DVE, put it there, then you can go into your effects. You can move this over to the middle. You can move it up just a little bit. You can come down here to your borders. You can bring the borders in. And then you can go bring this back up, and there you go. Now you can make this stuff move, and I'm not real good at that. I mean, if you think this took one, now I've got one of these is off. This is not right because it's there, so I'm going to go. I know that's my second picture. I'm going to go into the Y and just move it down. So your question is what? This is basic. Adding media from a folder, taking the media from here, bringing it to your here, or I believe you can double click it. No, I thought you could. You can drag it. or you can click it. I thought there was an open button somewhere, so I'm going to bring this one down here. I like this picture, and I'm going to try to figure out where to go. Did that not go down there? Let's try that again. Oh, it's there. They're right here. So you gotta, I don't know why it's being so small. So then you gotta manipulate your marker in there to where you can actually make the picture bigger. And I'm really gonna have to do some thinking on why that's doing that. But it's working. I mean, that's it. And when you move your playhead over, it shows it. So I don't know why that's doing that. I'll have to figure out why. It's picture 222-2231. Let's get rid of it in here. That goes red because now it's no longer available. Get rid of it in there. Right click, import media, and it's picture 22. I forget what I said. I think it's this one right here. I thought I said 221 though. So I'm going to grab that picture. Now you can grab it from here. You don't have to. Okay, so I'm importing media. I can hit open, put it into media, or I can take this picture from here, drag it into my timeline, and it shows up here, and it shows up there. So 226 is going to be here, same picture, or 226 is going to be here. Now this one, now here's another thing that's important, Darren. When you get media offline, that just means it can't find it because it's not in here, and for some reason it is not finding it in here, which makes sense because I don't see anything that resembles that. So I don't know what that was doing. I'll have to research that and figure it out. Alright, let's see how long I've been yakking for tonight. I have been yakking for 1 hour 24 minutes. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to continue doing these polls until I get a mixture of yes and no. I'm going to animate some of the new pictures, or some of the pictures in the thing. And what I'll do is I will keep this as is, and we'll expand on it and go from there. So I'm going to see if I can get rid of that actually somehow. Oh, that's pretty neat. I don't know how I've done that. But to get rid of it, don't hit delete. If you hit delete, everything goes away, except in that case. Always hit backspace. So now it's gone. So playhead over the picture brings it up in here, and you can do with what you want. You can zoom it, and again, like I said, if you, oh heck, I don't like that, just hit the back button. It's locked right here, so whatever I do here, it also does it on the y-axis right here. Whatever I do in the y-axis, because it's locked, it does it there. You can change the pitch, which is the same thing as what we were doing a while ago, or you can change the yaw, which was the same thing as we were doing a while ago. Okay, so lastly, we're going to put this all back to normal. That don't look normal to me, but I guess it is. You can flip the picture. You can flip it this way. You can crop it left. You can crop it right. It's pretty powerful. I mean, I honestly haven't done a lot. I've gotten done what I wanted to get done without really delving into it. And everybody everybody I watch, they say, here's how you do it, but I suggest you experiment with it. And when I experiment with it, I always do a live stream, and it looks horrible. But that's the best way to learn it. Experience is by far the best way to learn anything. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to bring this picture over to here. I'm going to bring the playhead over here. And you'll see that because of how this is, it's got a picture over a picture. So let's crop this down a little bit here. Let's crop it a little bit here. Let's crop it a little bit here. And let's crop it a little bit here. And then let's move it over here. Now that basically is the same thing I've done over here. I just did it a different way. This looks more cleaner than that looks because I can't adjust the borders or whatnot. It's the same effect in my mind. It just looks cleaner. We have text. We have cleaner. So you got what you want. You like how it looks. You can play it. Come back here, hit your space bar. It'll play. You can tell it's playing because it's running right here. Sometimes it's herky-jerky, sometimes it's smooth, sometimes it just takes forever. When it gets to the last picture, it'll stop. I guarantee you when you watch it like this, it's never going to go picture for picture. And it stops. That's the one factor I like about Davinci Resolve that Vegas Pro didn't have. Vegas Pro, that playhead would continue going until you stopped it. Then when you go back, it goes back one frame, or goes back one picture, one picture, one picture, one picture. So we're all done. We like it. We're going to render it. We're going to save it so we can share it online. You go to File, and you got all these choices right here: export, export project, export metadata form. To render the project, you go to Quick Export, and you go to Export. Then you name it. This is going to be Vegas Airport Teaching. You hit save. Box is going to pop up and it's going to tell you how long it takes to render it. And I'll kill the next 4 or 5 minutes waiting for this to render. You can't get out of this if you come up here and go like this. It makes the horrible noise. What you can do is come down here and open this, and you're out of it. So Backwatch probably left, or he's busy conversing with someone else, which is fine. Hopefully I'll get some comments when this is said and done. Now if you'll notice down here at the bottom of the screen, you got your Davinci Code, your Davinci Resolve. I keep wanting to call it Davinci Code, and it's got the green bar indicating the progress. This is how I do it. I'll start it and I'll go off and do something else. Earlier tonight I was watching this, the Ultimate PC Repair Challenge, Anthony versus Linus. They gave both these guys identical computers that don't work, that have problems, and they're seeing who can fix them the fastest. Blackwatch and I were talking about this earlier on Zoom. The guy on the right, Anthony, I guess is just super, super smart. And Linus is just a showman. I will finish watching it. I'll probably zip through there, though. I don't want to watch it. I'm going to look into this. I thought it was going to get me some free music, but apparently it didn't. And then just regular little YouTube. I left it here because I want to see this 3D texture environmental reflection map. And I haven't even started it yet. So what I usually tend to do is I'll start it over here in a new link, and I don't know why I did that. I wanted a new link, not a new tab. Oh, I have done it. I have seen this one too, and I have done this. It just mine didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it to, but yeah, I have. Now it's in my history, so I can go in here to my history, and right there it is. Now if I go down through my history, you'll see it's in there anyway. So I have seen this. Excellent. Very, very excellent. So this is about done. In fact, it looks completely done. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out, do I have 3 tabs open? I do. I'm going to close this tab. I'm going to minimize this tab. You'll know it's done when the green bar doesn't move. It says closed. You hit close. I put it to my desktop so I can go see what it looks like, and I play it. And there it is. I do this with everything. I tend to render more than try to watch it because I can render it faster than I can try to let it render, and so I can watch it in there. And there you go. Hopefully this will help you get started. If not, leave me a comment, and you've got my email, or you should have my email. It was broadcasted enough today. The bad thing about VLC is it just plays over and over and over again, and that's fine. So I'm going to probably rename this to Vegas Airport Teaching Lesson Number 1. I don't know. That scares me. So thank you for watching. I hope I've been able to help someone. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. Shoot me an email. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like what you see, hit the thumbs down. I ain't going to lose no sleep either way, one way or the other. I will tell you that. But I will tell you, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Everybody have a great night, great day, good evening, good afternoon, whatever is in your neck of the woods of the world. Thanks for watching. Bye now.